There are many faces of Moses Heckmon, Trisha Paytas' husband, but there are also many faces to Trisha Paytas, as we all know. But as we review past content before Moses was exposed for who he really was, we can analyse these prior videos that predicted his downfall that no one saw coming. The term two-face does not apply to this married couple. Oh no, 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 no. They have many faces, and that is why they're so good for each other. Match made in heaven? More like a match made in hell. Now, the only difference between Trisha and Moses is that Trisha is screwed up, but at least everyone can see it and she doesn't hide it, whereas Moses is always hiding his true colours. And I don't know if you've noticed, but when he was getting exposed, he wasn't online crying into the camera like Trisha was. He was hiding away behind the scenes, and then when the backlash eventually subsided, he slowly came back onto Trisha's social media, and he almost kind of shifted as a person and changed the way he displayed himself online. Frenemies was the beginning and the end of Trisha's career. Earning almost $500,000 per episode, what did she have to lose? That 5% perhaps? Well, now she's lost 90% of her career thanks to her bachelor Tinder swindler husband. So today we're going to break down some old videos of Trisha and Moses, including their first video ever on Trisha's channel, because there's a lot that we missed. And OMG, I just looked back now and it kind of makes sense as to why everything panned out the way it did. We missed so much, it's not even funny, but it's okay because we're going to break everything down and analyse it. So firstly, we need to give a bit of context for some of those out there who don't really know what happened and why he got cancelled. So let's briefly touch on that. Moses' ex-girlfriend Daphne had come forward and exposed him late last year for allegedly stalking her. Daphne had exposed everything on her Instagram story, and it was all downhill for Moses and Trisha from there. More and more evidence started coming to light from both Trisha and Moses' past, and yeah, Trisha got cancelled because she was always a firm believer of believing the victim first. That was until her own fiance at the time was being accused. So now let's rewind a little and take a look at the many faces Moses has from the beginning to present. The first time Moses was ever mentioned to Trisha was by Ethan Klein himself, who probably regrets his decision to this day.
He would apply to be on My Bachelorette.
He was supposed to. I don't know what happened.
He said that he wanted to apply.
I found his Instagram. It's fine.
We could take a last minute submission.
I don't know.
He said he wanted to. I think he's honestly super busy. He's like a fucking mega hard. He should make time though, right?
He should make time. He looked so hot. I was like low-key impressed. I was like, holy shit.
He's
like strikingly hot.
Okay, we'll make sure he gets in. We'll take a last minute submission.
Is he from Israel?
Mm-hmm. But he lives here.
In LA. Super successful.
Long hair. I love it. I looked him up.
You get a chance to fuck Jesus.
That's what he looks like. Oh, and he's Jewish.
Yeah. Okay, we'll make sure we get
he's so hot. If not, we can just also hook up. We don't have to date.
Oh my god, if your brother fucked
Woo! That'd be fun.
I don't oh my
Let's not have him as a contestant. Let's just meet.
No. He's got to come through the show.
No, why?
Because then it's like a same
DM him. It doesn't matter.
He's going to tell us. You guys can't get past us.
If we fuck, he's going to tell you. I don't think so.
Yeah, he will.
Ooh, I love that. Now I really
All right. So we have 6 strong contestants, possibly 7th with Hila's brother. We're going to get a last minute.
That look on Hila's face, it was like so uncomfortable. But it's also interesting the way in which Ethan described Hila's brother, like making him out to be this super successful person with a lot going for him. And in reality, something viewers found out later on down the line through leaked text between Moses and his ex-girlfriend was that Moses was actually incredibly jealous of his sister Hila and Ethan, like super jealous. So of course, without a doubt, that's probably the reason why he decided to date Trisha, because he knew it would piss them off. And there's a saying that goes, narcissists will always befriend or be super friendly with people you don't like, and it's clear from the beginning Ethan didn't like Trisha. Moses saw this, and we can see now that he took it upon himself to get super close with Trisha, knowing this would piss off his sister and brother-in-law. So it was in fact instant regret from the moment Trisha and Moses laid eyes on each other. Ethan knew that he and Hila had effed up by introducing Trisha to Moses, because 15 days after that episode aired, Trisha and Moses were already dating, and Ethan posted a video with Hila to their channel called Trisha Paytas Betrayed Me and Ruined Our Show.
So it was like, I really thought he was going to apply. I like him. Okay? So now I find out that they've been talking in the DMs on Instagram, and that they've been, well, actually the real thing that shocked me, and first of all, I have to urge you all that me and Hila don't know anything about this.
No.
Nobody's telling us anything.
Well, okay, so after the last episode ended with her,
Let me show this picture.
my brother, he watches the show.
We saw this on Twitter.
Wait, no, he told us that after the end of the show, he told us that they spoke in the DM, right? He did say that.
Yeah. Yes.
But then that was it. And we were like, okay, just, you gotta tell us what's happening, and we can't have another one of those situations.
Yeah.
And he was like, yes, of course.
Of course, he says.
So that was our last update. That's all.
You can definitely tell that they were so uncomfortable with the situation, and they'd actually had an agreement with Trisha and Moses set in place where nothing would happen off camera. What Ethan pointed out next will shock you.
Trisha posted, "Look at his face. What is he doing? It's like he's goofing on us. Like, look."
Well, it's hard to tell.
Nice place, by the way, for Trisha. Nice view.
You can't tell. I don't
Hollywood
know.
Hills, by
it
the
could
look
be
of it.
just him smiling.
Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what's my biggest fear right now? Is that this actually becomes serious, because Trisha kept trying to come over to our house and babysit Theodore.
It's not happening.
Is that she's going to end up finding a way to come over to our house because she's Moses' girlfriend.
No.
She's not allowed over.
No.
And little did they know, Trisha would eventually become an aunt to Ethan and Gila's children and give birth to their first cousin. Yikes. But it's just interesting to note that from the beginning, Ethan had noticed one of Moses's faces. The sneaky look he'd pointed out. He was right on the money with that. In that photo, looking back at it now, it looks like he definitely knew what he was getting up to. Like, oh yeah, I know this is gonna piss off my sister and her husband. So I'm just gonna say it before anyone else does. The lack of chemistry in their first vlog, well, all their vlogs actually, let's be honest, but their first vlog in particular was just so obvious. They were not a great match from the start.
It's a very special moment of having Korean fried cheese with you. I don't bring anyone to just Korean fried cheese. This is like a special thing.
I had no idea it was here then.
Really? And you lived in Korea?
I lived here for 8 years.
And you never had Korean fried cheese?
No.
All your Korean girlfriends who never had Korean fried cheese. Just kidding. Okay, which one do you want to try?
And you can see in Moses's face like he wasn't interested in eating corn dogs at all. But yeah, lack of chemistry for sure. Trisha's tone was definitely mono, kind of mirroring Moses's tone of voice, and one could argue that maybe he's just a quiet speaker. But no, there's definitely a lot more to that. Whenever Trisha's filmed with an ex-boyfriend like Jason, for example, their energy was always matched. Whether she was having a go at him or being romantic towards him, they always had those sparks. But those sparks are non-existent with Moses. It's definitely an awkward couple to have to watch. All those texts Moses was sending about Trisha that were derogatory are definitely believable just because of the way he interacts with her. He definitely wasn't obsessed with her, not at all from the beginning. Now, Moses's persona at this point was extremely calm and relaxed. At this point in time, people were commenting about what a cool dude Moses seemed to be. Little did Trisha's fans know that this was just one of the many faces of Moses. He's so calm and open. Best quote ever. Not everything is about you. She could learn so much from him. So on the 13th of April, Trisha had said that her and Moses split up. Moses didn't want to see her for some reason, but that didn't last long because although Ethan and Gila begged Moses to not continue things with Trish, he went behind their backs and did anyway. Now fast forward to August the 4th of 2020. Moses appeared on Trisha's channel again doing a mukbang. So somewhere in between March and August 2020, while Moses was seeing Trish, broke it off with her and got back with her, etc., he was also seeing Daphne at some point, but was lying to her about where he was at romantically and relationship-wise with Trisha, and vice versa. Trisha had no idea about Daphne. So anyway, on August the 4th, Moses featured in yet another vlog of Trisha's. Now, something Trisha said in this video really changed the way Moses saw Trisha from this point on. Like, she presented him with an opportunity, and his eyes, oh my god, they just lit up. He was so excited with what she'd had to say. His life definitely changed after this vlog. He was a lot more present in her videos and on her channel.
Will you do only with me?
Maybe.
What? Wait, really? Is that a real maybe? If you did only with me, my whole life would be so much more simple. It would be so much easier. I wouldn't have to look for collabs. I wouldn't have to go get STD testing every 2 weeks. I'd have content every day, sometimes 5 times a day.
What about my life?
No, then it becomes your life. You could quit, you could retire. Alright.
Ah yes, the words retirement fell right out of Trisha's mouth and into Moses's ear. He was ecstatic. And then we were introduced to face number 3, because remember, there's no such thing as 2 faces in the world of Trisha and Moses. There's multiple faces. So face 3 was the opportunistic smile. Moses did start appearing on Trisha's OF and their relationship blossomed from there. On August 11th, Trisha had posted a video with Moses again titled, telling him I've slept with over 100 guys, plus his reaction over dinner. In this video, Moses had made it clear that she wasn't the one for him in a super sly, snaky way.
Oh, you don't want to be around me? Does Moses think Trisha's wifey material?
Yeah, for the right person, yes.
That's so mean.
So I'm not sure whether Moses was just joking or whether he genuinely felt this way. It's hard to tell because he doesn't show much emotion online, but it's interesting to note that exactly 1 month later, Trisha had posted the boyfriend tag to her channel with Moses, announcing that he was officially her boyfriend.
Like you like me.
No, I don't want to pretend.
You're so mean. Oh my god, that's so mean.
I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realise he wasn't joking there. He really has been trying to pretend from the start he likes Trish, and Stans are all like, no, he really loves her. But just their body language and the way Trisha used to interact with Jason, who she truly loved, in relation to how her and Moses act towards each other. I mean, they definitely like each other and they put up with each other, but if Trisha was broke, I highly doubt Moses would give her a second glance. Like, it's just so obvious he's really not that into her. Or, you know, it could be just a different type of relationship. I just don't feel it though. They just don't mesh well together.
You need to lean in more. Can you lean in more? Do you see how far back I am? Yeah. That's cute. Aw, that's cute. Oh, look at your smile, your natural smile.
Looking at him going all red here and her trying to say, like, give a natural smile. And then he just gives that awkward pretend smile, like, ugh. The cringe is so real. It's so awkward to watch. The secondhand embarrassment is in full force. So Moses featured in a lot of mukbang videos on Trisha's channel around this time, pre-cancellation. This was in September of 2020. Trisha had posted a video called I'm Triggered AF over this. And in this video, she was making fun of Moses's water obsession. So Moses believes he's water, by the way. Basically, he has this godlike tendency. He thinks he's God. He's very obsessed with himself, but that's just a whole nother video entirely. Basically, at this stage in their life, Moses was very into his water, posting it all the time on his water channel, and Trisha was taking the piss out of this. And you could see that he genuinely wasn't happy with her being patronizing about it. People were pointing this out in the comments. Someone even said, they did a study on aspects of relationships that make it more likely to fail. Rolling eyes, making snide remarks, etc. were at the top of the list. You may be joking, Trisha, but you have to be respectful about Moses's water comments. He doesn't literally mean water. It's an analogy, a philosophy that he really believes in. Just be a little more gentle about the water thing. He's into it. Just be gentle. Learn to be more like water. Go with the flow when he brings the stuff up. Try to understand it as something abstract, not literal. If it bothers you, have a small serious talk about it maybe. Not always bring it up all the time. Anyone would be annoyed if someone constantly brings up their life philosophy. You need to balance this issue. Don't disrespect him and cause resentment or distance between you two. Edit. Also some advice. Cool it with the Jewish stuff. Does this mean Moses could have slightly resented Trisha from the start? I truly think he did, and I think he went into this relationship with dark intentions because, as we saw in those leaked messages, which I'm going to bring up right now, he was messaging his ex and telling her how he planned on using Trisha, getting her pregnant, etc., and claiming that child support money. 7 months prior to when Trisha and Moses were officially a thing, he was messaging his ex all these derogatory things about Trisha and what he was planning to do to her. And in my opinion, it just shows that he didn't have good intentions from the beginning, and I think that's why he put up with so much of her shit. Like, he was probably thinking, I don't know, I don't care, I'm just going to secure the bag. Now, these messages didn't leak until September of 2021. So the messages from February 2020, Daphne had said, oh, I miss them, I'd love to see you again soon if you've got any free time. Spring break maybe? Let's see what happens. I might be married to Trisha by then. Oh god, if you Vegas marry her before me, I'll be devastated. I'll just give her a baby and collect child support. Exactly 2 years later, later, give or take, he's married to Trisha and they're having a baby. So we need to discuss the Frenemies episode that Moses featured in. In February of 2021, they were already engaged at this point, which is important to remember. They were doing like a quiz-like episode where they were discussing their partners. One of the questions Trisha and Ethan were asked were, what were their favourite things about themselves? Trisha said that she loved how she had money, and I just find it very interesting what Moses found most appealing about Trisha.
Okay, so we'll start with you two. So go ahead and reveal your answers.
Oh, wait, who's showing?
Oh.
What? Ela said,
Oh, show your answer.
Show your answer.
I said funny because I thought that was like.
You say money?
No, funny.
I
not
said money.
And Moses, let's not forget, said talented, which is a little bit like, okay, Moses.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
Yeah,
I know all the time.
It's not that I don't think you're talented, but it's
definitely
like,
not.
that's like very broad, general.
She wouldn't be rich
Funny
if she wasn't talented.
Oh, thanks.
Now, he always uses this term to describe Trisha, that she's very talented. And I think he uses this word as a way to make Trisha feel good about herself, but we all know that Trisha is not talented. The only thing that she's talented at is being a troll. Like, she even knows that herself, that she has zero talent. But like, it's just so interesting how that's the word Moses uses to describe her. And then the fact he said that's how she has so much money is because she's so talented. There's not much depth to the things that he actually loves about her. It's always kind of just revolved around money. This just reinforces those leaked texts about how he was planning to get her pregnant for that child support money.
The water.
He told me that too.
Do you think that's real?
He seems to have a proprietary technique. I've never seen it.
Yes, I'm the only one.
Anywhere else. Or I mean, I don't think he invented the concept of photographing water, but I've never seen photographs.
No, he did. That's
like
what he
that.
said.
No, I did.
He's
I
the only
did.
one that's
Oh,
done
you're
it.
well. I mean, I'm not a historian. What do I know? I'll take him at his word.
Anyways, I think him as work.
I've never seen photographs like the one he takes, but I don't. That's a big claim to say you invented.
Yeah, it's a big
water.
invention too.
Okay.
Are you, do you have a patent?
Shark Tank
Pending.
question.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Do you have a patent?
Pending?
It was on Wired magazine. I mean, I'm the only person doing this.
Are you patented?
No, because when you patent, it's just a matter of putting the money into it. But no.
Okay.
Not patented.
Someone's coming for the brand after this.
They can try.
I love you. He never talks about that stuff with me because I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, okay. But I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. Just so people know.
I'm there. I'm right there with you.
So yeah, claiming he's the only person in the world who invented taking pics of water. Even Ethan was like, what the heck? Get off your high horse. That's not true at all. Moses was all like, yes, I am, with a big grin on his face. Just so much confidence, so much to prove to Ethan. And Ethan was like, not even bothered. He's like, whatever, okay, you can be #1 king of water in the world. I don't care. This is the thing. Moses has always been jealous of Ethan. He's had this deep hatred for him for years. And how do we know this? All thanks to Moses's ex-girlfriend Daphne, who actually sent a T-page voice memos about just how much Moses was jealous of Ethan. It was sickening what she'd exposed.
That Ethan's parents were using him for money because the parents are really broke, that they used to live in Mexico because they were trying to avoid paying taxes, and that they had a house in Mexico, whatever. And then they moved back to America because Ethan's parents bought them a house. Yeah, I honestly don't remember like anything else, but he 100% was talking shit about them. He always fucking hated them, whatever.
So what have we learned today thus far? There's hidden messages throughout all of Trisha and Moses's vlogs together, especially the first few. There's a lot we missed that kind of makes sense now. Let me know your thoughts on all this drama in the comments and if you'd like to see a part 2.